Hi everyone, Mike here from Robart. Today we're going to be talking about the Robart fuel pump, and this is also going to be the instructional video on how to install the fuel pump onto a fuel can. So the instructions that we're going to be doing today, this is based off of a Midwest style gas can where the cap will unscrew, and then you have the spout, and it has the rubber gasket that is on the spout. Also coming with this, your accessory pack, you will get your instructional book, which has everything that we're going to go over today. You'll also get the Dubro 807 quick fill fuel cap fitting. And then these are the tools that you need. You need a marker, you need a straight edge, a ruler of some sort, sharp knife. This is an 11/16 socket, pair of scissors, and 2 medium clamps. So this is Robart's part number 164 FPK. This is a fuel pump accessory pack, and this is the accessory pack that is needed to install the fuel pump onto a fuel can. Let's go ahead and open this up, and we'll go through all the parts, and we'll tell you what each one of these are. So as stated earlier, you do get an instructional packet. So the first thing is, this is your mounting plate. You also get 2 Velcro strips, yellow fuel line, and then in the pack here of except other parts are the following. Let me open this up. You get 2 metal washers, you get 2 washers, you get a metal spacer. Now in the Dubro package here, you have your fuel filter, you have your L fitting, the fuel nozzle, a rubber O-ring, and a nylon nut. Okay, so the first step is, let's go ahead and take the nozzle and the cap off of your gas can. And what we need to do first is we need to measure the distance from the top here, the fuel can whole neck. We're going to call this the whole neck. We need to measure from the top there to the bend. So I'll take my ruler, and we're looking at, we'll call it 3 1/4 inches. Now we take that same measurement, and you're going to, once you zoom in here, and you're going to take that 3 1/4, and you're going to mark from the top of, what am I calling this? The top of the mounting plate hole, the inner edge here, straight down. So we're going to go 3 1/4. So go here and mark that. All right. The next thing that we're going to use the straight edge for is we're going to make that, take that same distance. So right now I'm at, on this it goes to points, so we're like 6.7 and a half. So I'll go over here to 6.7 and a half and mark that. And I'm going to mark the same distance on this side. Mark that, and then use my straight edge to mark the line going across here. So now what we've marked is where your hanger is going to bend down and hang on the other side of the fuel can. So for aesthetic purposes, you have 2 ways that you can bend this. As you can see on the demonstration model here, the mark is on the outside. And I left that on here for demonstration purposes. So when we go to bend this plate, what I would recommend is that you take your mark and you flip it over. So what we're going to do is you're going to take your 2 clamps and you're going to bend. You're going to go ahead and I'll do it this way. Make sure your mark is on your flat edge of a hard surface, countertop, work table, anything like that. And now just make sure that your mark is on the edge. Now we take our 2 clamps and you're going to clamp the mounting plate onto your hard edge. So when in the instructions it says 2 medium clamps, you want to make sure that your clamps are large enough to get on the lip of the edge as well as grab the mounting plate. Now from here, what you want to do is you want to bend slowly. So you want to put light pressure onto the mounting plate that's over your hard edge and just give it a light bend. And then what you're going to do is test it out. Loosen up your clamps, take your mounting plate, and put it onto the gas can. And as you can see, we're getting the bend at the right length, but I need a little bit more. So we add a little bit more to it. Again, continue with the clamps. And you continue this process until you have it completely flat onto your mounting can. So as you can see here, I have the mounting plate flat against the can using the clamps and the hard surface. The next thing that we need to do is we need to open up our fuel pump. So let's go ahead and open this up. You can see what's in the fuel pump. So the fuel pump, you get your instructional book, wonderful packing material, and the Robart fuel pump. Okay, so let's move these out of the way so we can continue on. Here we'll grab our marker again. So now what we need to do is we need to mark where we want the fuel pump onto your mounting plate. Now, what we recommend is that you mount the fuel pump as high as you can, closest to the bend that you did on the mounting plate. Because what that will do is that will add additional surface later on for your Velcro strips. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put that, so I'm going to put my fuel pump right up to the lip there. And again, for aesthetic purposes, I'm going to go ahead and just mark that just below where, I'm going to put my mark just below where I want it. So right about here. So now the fuel pump will be covering up that mark. So now you take your 2 Velcro strips, and these are intended to be mounted vertically onto your mounting plate, all right? So I'm going to test fit and mark each of these. And when we test fit and we mark them, we want to mark them such that you have only one side that you're marking and that you're going to be placing against your plate. You're either going to put the Velcro or the hook and loop on the back side. So, and I know I'm going to go there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to mark that. I'm going to take a small amount off of the bottom here. And then I'm going to do the same for the other piece of Velcro. So I'm only going to take a small portion off. This allows us to have as much surface area holding the fuel pump as possible. Now, take your scissors and just cut off the additional Velcro that you did not need. Get that out of the way. And again, like we talked about before, you want to put the same side of your Velcro up against the mounting plate. So I'm going to go ahead and put the hook area up against the mounting plate here. So you only remove that side of the protective film. We're going to put that right here. So as you can see, that's going to be held up right there. I'm going to take my other one, remove the hook side, put that right there. So now we've got the Velcro mounted onto the plate. Next, we're going to go ahead and remove the protective film off of the front side of the Velcro. Then take your fuel pump and mount that onto your Velcro strips. And make sure you press firmly so that you get good adhesion of the adhesive on the Velcro. So there we go. Now we've got the fuel pump mounted onto the plate.